Welcome to the online intake module for the Prescription Exercise Program at Queen's, also known as PEQ. This slideshow will provide you with a brief overview to ensure that you understand the program structure as well as the expectations. PEQ is a collaborative initiative between athletics and recreation as well as student wellness services. It started in 2017 due to the large amount of research indicating the positive impact between regular exercise or physical activity and mental health. The program is made possible thanks to the generous donations from the Phys Ed class of '73 as well as the Hand family. PEQ is a referral-only program for students who have mild to moderate anxiety and/or depressive symptoms. Before being referred, you would have reviewed the inclusion and exclusion criteria with your healthcare provider at Student Wellness Services to ensure that this program is a good fit for you at this time. Exercise is meant to supplement, not replace, the treatment that you are doing to manage your anxiety and/or depression. Eligible participants who have completed the online intake process will receive 4 hours of free personal training with a trainer from Athletics and Recreation over 4 to 6 weeks. You and your personal trainer will have the flexibility to determine if you want to do the 60-minute session in person at the ARC if it's open, or 30 to 60-minute virtual sessions. In addition to receiving personal training, you'll be matched with a trained brief action planning or BAP mentor who will be connecting with you by phone for 10 to 20 minutes either each week or every other week to check in and help you set a movement behavior goal. This could be related to reducing sedentary time or sitting less, improving your sleep quality, or being more physically active outside of what you're doing with your personal trainer. Once you've completed the online intake process, the PEQ coordinator will review all the information and pass along relevant information to the personal training coordinator. The PT coordinator will match you with a personal trainer, and that trainer will contact you by email so you can arrange a date and time to start your exercise sessions. The PEQ coordinator will also match you with a BAP mentor who will contact you by email so you can arrange a date and time for your first goal-setting phone appointment. If you experience any concerns working with your assigned trainer, you can contact the personal training coordinator at any time. If you experience any concerns working with your assigned BAP mentor, you can contact the PEQ coordinator at any time. Both the personal training coordinator and the PEQ coordinator will send you their contact information by email in case you need to get in touch with them while you're participating in the program. The next few slides will review expectations of all students referred into the PEQ program around communication, appointments, as well as participation. If you are currently taking any medication, it's really important that you do not stop using it to change your dosage or change how you're taking it without first consulting with the physician who prescribed it to you. If your symptoms of anxiety and/or depression worsen, or you experience any new mental health symptoms, please contact your counselor or physician at Student Wellness Services. If it is after operating hours for Student Wellness Services, you can also call Empower Me, which is available to any Queen's student 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you experience thoughts of suicide, you can call Empower Me and press 0 to speak to a crisis counselor. Another option is to call the Canadian Suicide Prevention Crisis Line, which is also available 24/7. If you are worried about your immediate safety, you can contact emergency services by calling 911. All PEQ participants are expected to work with their personal trainer to gently explore new types of physical activities. During your training sessions, please make sure that you let your trainer know what you like, what you don't like, and whether the intensity levels need to be increased or decreased. If your physical activity levels change outside of the PEQ program, for example, you start doing more physical activity, please let your trainer know so they can make sure they're not overtraining you in some areas and so that they can build a program for you that complements the other activities you're doing. If you incur any injuries while working out with your personal trainer or outside of those sessions, also please let your trainer know as soon as possible. We want to make sure that there's good communication between you and your trainer so that this can be the best possible experience for you. In addition to being matched with your personal trainer, all PEQ participants will have a brief action planning or BAP mentor. They will work with you to set an individual goal relating to one of the 24-hour movement guidelines. So this might involve moving more, reducing sedentary time, or sleeping well. Your BAP mentor will also be able to help you find additional resources related to the goal that you want to set. Athletics and Recreation has added additional safety precautions to help protect you and our community from the spread of COVID-19. It's really important if you do your personal training sessions in the Athletics and Recreation Center when it's open, that you don't enter if you have any of the following. So if you're not feeling well and/or you have COVID-19 symptoms, for example, a new or worsening cough, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, temperature equal to or over 38 degrees Celsius, chills, fatigue or weakness, muscle or body aches not related to exercise, new loss of smell or taste, headache, abdominal pain, diarrhea, and/or vomiting. It's also important that you don't enter the Athletics and Recreation Center if you've traveled to a city in a gray zone, for example, in lockdown, or you've been in contact with someone who has traveled to a gray zone. You also can't enter the ARC if you are awaiting COVID-19 test results or are under quarantine or self-isolation under a public health order. Anyone visiting a building on campus, including the Athletics and Rec Center, needs to complete the COVID self-assessment, which can be found in the Secure app. If you haven't already done so, please download the Secure app on your phone as a first step. When you arrive at the ARC for an in-person exercise session, or if you do, you will need to show the Q Services desk staff your My Self-Assessment status from the Secure app. If you don't have a phone or you forgot it, you will be asked to complete a paper copy of this assessment before you're allowed to enter the space. Students with a personal training appointment can enter through the information door, Queen Student Center entrance. You'll need to go to the Q Services desk, stand in line to confirm your registration or your appointment, and show your My Self-Assessment status or complete the paper version of this screening. Staff will direct you into the Q shop, which is located to the left of the Q Services desk. You'll walk through that space to the exit and then stand in front of or around the elevators to wait for your personal trainer. Check-in and screening for each personal training appointment will open 15 minutes prior to the start time and will close 15 minutes following the start of your appointment time. It's really important that you arrive within 15 minutes of your registration start time or you will not be able to enter the facility. It's best to sort of relieve stress and arrive a few minutes early and on time, since trainers are not required to extend your session time if you're late. If you are more than 15 minutes late, this is actually considered a missed appointment and you may lose these personal training hours, as we will still need to pay the trainers for their time. We want to ensure that as many people as possible can access the athletics and rec facilities. If you know that you can't make your personal training session, please make sure to cancel your time more than 30 minutes in advance if possible. If you do not cancel, you'll receive an email reminding you of the need to show up for your workout time. And if this happens again, you'll get a second email, and after the third time, you'll lose privileges for 1 week to enter this space. If you need to cancel or reschedule an exercise session, or phone appointment with your BAP mentor, please make sure you try and give your personal trainer and your BAP mentor at least 24 hours notice before the prearranged date and time. If something comes up unexpectedly and you need to cancel without giving 24 hours notice, please still let your personal trainer or your BAP mentor know as soon as possible out of courtesy. It may not be possible to reschedule these sessions, as was mentioned, that we need to make sure that we're paying the trainers for their time. If you miss or cancel without giving 24 hours notice to your personal trainer and or BAP mentor more than 3 times, you'll be asked to meet with the PEQ coordinator. This meeting can be done either over the phone or using video conferencing technology, and it's meant to be a check-in with you to ensure that the program is still a good fit for you at this time. If you decide at any point that you no longer want to participate in the PEQ program, please let someone know. This could be your personal trainer, your BAP mentor, the personal training coordinator, or the PEQ coordinator. If you come in for an exercise session with your personal trainer at the Athletics and Rec Center, please make sure you follow the signs and directions from the Athletics and Rec staff. You will also be required to wear a face covering while walking throughout the building and possibly during your exercise session. When you come to your first personal training appointment, you'll meet your trainer at the main entrance off Earl Street inside the building after the Athletics and Rec Center. Please make sure you're wearing comfortable clothes. This might be a t-shirt or tank top, shorts or track pants or leggings. You can also bring a sweatshirt or long sleeve shirt since it may get cold in the Athletics and Rec Center during your cool down period. This type of clothing is also important to wear during your virtual personal training sessions so that you're comfortable and you have good range of movement for the actual session. It's also really important that you have good, comfortable indoor sneakers or running shoes, as well as a water bottle to stay hydrated. As this is a collaborative program, Athletics and Rec and Student Wellness Services will share some information. However, it will only be the necessary information to ensure your safe participation in the program. Shared information will include your name and contact information, activities you're participating in, your attendance and progression in the program, as well as your responses to the Get Active questionnaire. Any information you share with your healthcare provider at Student Wellness Services will not be shared with anyone within the PEQ program. We will now ask you to complete the questions below to ensure that you have understood the PEQ program and structure as well as the expectations. You'll be asked to complete some additional questions, including your exercise history, your likes, dislikes, as well as your availability. To ensure that it is safe for you to start a new exercise program, you'll also be asked to complete a Get Active questionnaire, as well as to acknowledge that you have read the Athletics and Rec participation waiver. Once you've completed all these questions, your responses will be reviewed by the PEQ coordinator, who will contact you by email about next steps. Thank you for taking the time to review all of this information as well as provide us with good background information so we can make sure the program's a good fit for you. We hope you enjoy it and best of luck this term.